The success of a military parade or review is totally dependent upon the precision with which all movements are executed. Much of the responsibility for perfection falls to the guidon bearer. The effect of 16 guidon bearers acting as one can be achieved only after each man has mastered the manual of the guidon. In formation, the guidon bearer takes his post at the position of order guidon. The lance is inclined slightly to the right, at an angle of about 15 degrees from direct front. The lance is held in the right hand. The forearm is horizontal, elbow close to the body. At order guidon, the ferrule of the lance is on the ground on a line with and touching the toe of the right shoe. The position of carry guidon is assumed at the command right shoulder arms. Carry guidon is executed in 3 counts. Let's repeat it in slow motion. On the first count, executed at the preparatory command right shoulder, the guidon is raised with the right hand until the arm is fully extended. At the same time, the left hand grasps the ferrule. The lance should be vertical. On the second count, at the command arms, the ferrule is placed in the socket. Third count, the left hand is cut to the side. The guidon is thrust forward and to the right about a 15-degree angle from the direct front. The right arm is extended, hand at chin level. Carry guidon is executed in quick time.
Right shoulder up, arms.
Order guidon is executed at the command order arms. At the preparatory command order, the guidon is raised to the vertical, ferrule slightly above the socket, left hand grasping the ferrule. At arms, the guidon is lowered to the order position, steadied by the left hand, which is then cut away. In normal cadence.
Order. Arms.
At the command of execution for a facing, the guidon is brought to the vertical, then thrust forward on the first count after the facing is completed. Watch the movement again. Observe that the action of bringing the lance to the vertical is done simultaneously with the initial foot movements. The return to the position of carry is made after the facing has been completed as a separate action. The about face is executed in a similar manner. Present guidon, executed at the command present arms, is done in 3 counts. At the preparatory command present, the guidon is raised to the vertical. At the command arms, the guidon is snapped to the front horizontally, ferrule in the armpit. At 3, the left hand is cut smartly to the side.
Present. Arms.
Order guidon from present is done in 3 counts. At the command order, the ferrule is grasped with the left hand, and the lance is raised to the vertical, ferrule slightly higher than the socket. The second and third counts are the same as in the return from carry guidon to order guidon. Parade rest is executed with the guidon in the same manner as with the rifle, except that the right arm is inclined to the right about 15 degrees. The position of attention is resumed as with the rifle. Watch this squad execute these movements.
Squad. Attach. Up. Right shoulder up. Arms. Order. Arms. Parade. Press. Squad. Attach. Hut. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Eyes right. Credit. Front.